Welcome back to another episode of the VICI Strength Client Podcast. Today, we're joined by a very special guest. Some may say NA's future. Some may say the future of NA, just backwards and slightly differently. But we have Eimear here, who I've been coaching for a year and a bit, 2 years, nearly a year and a half.
Since April.
Yeah, about a year and a half, give or take. And I thought this episode would be really good because Eimear's in a very unique position and situation where she started powerlifting and got straight into the gym. That was your first thing, wasn't it? Like
Yeah.
You'd never, you weren't in the gym before you started. Like
No, I've always done sports, gymnastics, road as well in university. Always very competitive, but I was never a gym person.
it was never weights.
No,
It was never weights. Yeah.
I once won five PT classes in like 1-to-1 PT in
Right.
Belfast, an Instagram competition. Did those and was like, that was great, right? Thanks, bye.
Unreal.
That was it.
Yeah. Scarred by her first experience in a PT. That's usually what most people are like. So yeah, like I said, a lot of you people that follow me on Instagram are new to powerlifting. A lot of them haven't done it before. A lot of people want to maybe do a rookie. A lot of people want to get into the sport. And again, I just want to talk a little bit of shit with Eimear here for 20-30 minutes and yeah, find out her story so far. I suppose I have my questions down on my old trusty phone here. The first thing I want to know, obviously, you'd never set foot in a gym, so this was a blank page, but what were you like then before you started the gym, before you came to me, started training? Like what, in terms of like your health, fitness, maybe you could talk a little bit about like the rowing, was it?
Yeah.
Rowing and stuff?
Well, I wasn't unhealthy. I was always like, I have that farmer bone structure.
I have farmer
Like,
strength.
I think my dad could lift anything, and I inherited that from him. I guess I was all like strong. I did rowing in university. We were quite a successful team. I did gymnastics growing up, played hockey growing up, a lot of team sports. And then, yeah, I was doing like adult gymnastics classes for a while up until I started with you. And then
Right.
you were like, stop that right now.
I love. There's no one of that bone structure that does that.
No, my wrists were in severe danger, but no, I remember it was in your old like garage, your old gym.
Yeah.
And I came with Ryan one day to your house and lifted up a hack squat that 100 kilos on it.
Yes.
You were like, do that again.
Yeah, I've done that twice.
Yeah, that's my introduction to you anyway.
Yeah, and do you feel like, were you as competitive with those sports as well? Was it like a competitive thing or more of like a hobby?
No, it was. I'm a competitive person. I want to win. I don't want to do something that I'm not good at.
Yeah.
So if I wasn't even a little bit good at powerlifting, I probably wouldn't have stayed at it for very long.
Yeah.
But no, I'm a competitive person. So yeah.
And it shows so far. And then I suppose, obviously, like you said, pure farmer strength that got you into the powerlifting. We need to get your dad signed up someday. 100%. We have to get him and do it at some stage. Like,
we could probably, I don't even know, set some kind of record himself. So.
Stay tuned. He'll be on the next Client Podcast. But was there anything specifically then that drew you into powerlifting? Obviously, like you lifted a heavy weight in front of me, and I was like, right, that could go somewhere. But was there anything specifically that drew it in, or was it just curiosity, or was it just like for the crack?
Like Ryan, that's my boyfriend, he like would have dragged me to VO2. Like I think before I started with you, he had me in VO2 maybe like a handful of times, and I really disliked it because I just didn't know. I didn't know what to be at. I didn't know what any of the machines did. I just followed Ryan around like a lost puppy, and then I was like, because of that, because I didn't know, I was a bit bored.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't even remember what you asked me.
Was there anything that drew you into powerlifting specifically, or was it just you wanted to try it all?
It was just like, I wanted to be stronger than everyone. I wanted to lift more than Ryan did. And
yeah, well, you've ticked that off the box.
A wee bit. Yeah, just I like doing things well. So if I thought that I could do it well, I was like, oh well, I might as well see how well I can do this.
Yeah.
I think the thing though is like, for a lot of people like coming into it, I've realized that like powerlifting's like big personality for people, whereas I feel like I've never actually adopted that. I'm like, I very much have
you remain humble.
Oh yeah, I very much have a whole other life.
Yeah.
And then like every now and again I put a singlet on.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's honestly one of the best things too, because even people that have been coaching 2, 3, 5 years, like one of the worst things that can happen to a powerlifter is it becomes their whole identity.
Yeah.
Like you identify as this hardcore powerlifter in the gym and everything around
like,
your life is like,
God forbid you get injured, what on earth happens? Like you are like distraught and don't have anything to do with your life.
Oh, believe me, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So it's like learning that, just how to balance that out is so good. And then I think that increases your enjoyment long term as well.
Mm-hmm.
When you first like went to your first powerlifting comp or viewed your first powerlifting comp before, you viewed a couple
the rookie? I had a rookie like Christmas time of
like a comp before you competed though, just to watch it.
Yes, I went up to watch Gaz
when you watched Gaz and Coleraine. Like, what was your thoughts when you walked into the comp before? This is, you didn't know nothing about it.
First of all, no one told me how long that day was going to be. Did I come up with you? I can't even remember. All I know is I think I came up with you, or maybe I didn't. But we just had to stay the whole day. Like we were leaving at 10 o'clock at night. We didn't bring enough food.
That was awful.
It was cold. There wasn't enough seating. But like everyone was so excited, and I'd never been in that kind of environment before. I didn't know how many people actually showed up to watch people lift weights, and I'd never seen them do it either.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I've never seen so much autism in a room. Like,
yes.
Like in the best way.
Yeah.
In the best way. It certainly attracts a specific crowd of people. But yeah, it was class and so much hype. But the day is very long. I know that when you're competing, it's a very small snip and it feels like it flies.
Yeah.
But when you're only watching
all day,
it's long.
100%. I actually remember that weekend. Then I had to go both days, obviously, and we went back at 11 o'clock. Like that, just.
No, you were. Yeah, I think I came on a Sunday, but yeah, I can't even remember. But yeah, long.
Yeah, no, that was mad. Like, but yes, it attracts a very specific type of person, and obviously that's my little superpower as a coach. Whenever people are trying to decide whether to get into powerlifting, I'm just like, come and watch a wee comp.
Yeah.
And I guarantee 9 times out of 10, when you watch a comp, you'll be like, okay, I want to do that.
Yeah, because
that looks fun.
The thing is, like, it's actually only one day, so there's all this build up, and then you're like, oh, it does fly in your head, and then it's like, so it feels long in the moment, but then it actually it flies by, and you have to think about what's coming next.
Oh, 100%. And that's what I was about to say. Like, was there anything then? So obviously you done your first comp, which was a rookie.
Yeah.
Anything surprised you in terms, or did anything kind of take you off guard in terms of what you thought maybe it was going to be, or was it what you expected just going into your first comp? Like, what did you expect going in versus what did you guess?
I don't know whether this is a good thing about me or a bad thing about me, but I really don't think about things much before I actually do them. So I showed up to the competition and was like, oh, what do I do that? What's this? Where do I go? Oh, a rack height, what's that? The big thing about me was this thing about not thinking. I'm most likely to probably fail a lift, not because I can't lift it up, but because I'm not listening to the commands. So the commands were a big thing, I remember, for my rookie. So just learning them, paying attention, and not like being distracted by, okay, just lifting the weight. Thinking about the commands. But yeah, a lot of hype. I've also consumed so much sugar. I don't really eat like a lot of sugar. And I remember like obviously there's a nutritional thing that comes alongside working with you. Yeah. And I had like a food like tracking system for the first time ever in my life. I've never tracked anything that I've ate. Yeah. I was fully carbohydrate based before I met you. Didn't know what a protein was. But yeah, I think the sugar consumed on the day compared to how little sugar I ate leading up to it, I had a full like sugar rush. I was bopping. Like that's my characteristic on comp day is I am like vibrating about the place, like just bopping, and then the next day you feel so unwell.
It's a good way to be though, because so much people stress themselves out on comp day. Like just calm down. Like again, it's those people that are be all end all. It's like this is it. Like everyone treats a comp like it's the biggest thing in the world. And like one of the things I teach people is like a comp is like just a wee cherry on top. Like don't big up one individual comp like it's the biggest thing in the world, because it's guaranteed that over time something will go wrong. you have to pull out of a comp or you'll get sore or hurt or something. That happens to everybody. And then if you're big in this one big comp you've been prepping for like 6 to 9 months for, and it's like all of a sudden something went wrong,
Yeah.
your life's just going to tear. Like you can't.
That's what I thought the last comp was going to be. Obviously, did the rookie, and I've done 2 competitions. I did one in March, and then I did one at the end of June.
Yeah.
But the one at the end of June was like in my head a big one for me, because we come home from Spain, and I lived in Spain for 6 months and still trained and came home. Came home for the competition in March. But the one in the end of June, like I had been so disciplined and so trained. The week before, Ryan told me that, oh, surprise, we're going on a day trip the day before your competition to Paris, waking up and going to Paris and coming home in the same evening. And it was like a heat wave. It was like 37, 38 degrees.
Yeah.
And we were so dehydrated and so stressed, and we nearly missed our flight home. And that was like, I also weighed that night, and I was overweight for the first time ever in my life. I was like, oh my God. So I really thought that comp was going to be a write-off.
A mad one. I'm convinced Ryan was paid by the opposition, like handsomely to take you out the day before.
What opposition?
This is true. Unreal.
But yeah, that was stressful, but it was all fine.
That's it. Like, you handle it more and more, and the more, like I said, the more your life doesn't evolve around this, and it's not your whole personality, and you just take it as it goes. And there's a comp. I probably said a few times. There's a comp every 3 months. Like, you can always do the next one or whatever it is. So never stressing.
Yeah.
In terms of, obviously, so you've done a couple of comps now. You got through it. What to date has been the hardest thing for you to get your head around, or the hardest thing for you to work on, or hardest thing for you to improve on, or just in general? Like,
probably my life schedule, and like the discipline required surrounding it. I know that you think that I'm probably quite disciplined, but like I have a very active and moving around kind of job. I'm an ecologist. I be all over Ireland, and even just fitting the training sessions in 3 times a week spaced out is hard whenever I wake up in Wexford one morning and then Kildare another morning, and then I'm traveling back and forward. And eating nutritiously as well, when you're not in your own kitchen, you can't meal prep. It's difficult. But it makes you I wasn't a fantastic planner before this, but I know like what I'm doing till the 28th of September right now.
Yes.
Every day.
Yes. So, you have to be.
Yeah, the discipline that's required with your timetable if you're already a busy person.
100%. And that's something as well. Like, that's the difference in powerlifting versus bodybuilding style training. So if anyone's listening to this and they do like bodybuilding or just training in general, powerlifting relies heavily on doing things at a similar time each week. You know, like having a Saturday session as consistent as you can, having a Wednesday as consistent as you can, like the days between each session, try keep that the same every week. And obviously we're not perfect. We'll get weeks where we're a bit off, but it relies a lot more on that, whereas the bodybuilding style training can kind of go where you want it. So it's a lot more flexible. So you have to be on the ball with knowing it. And that's it. Like, if you ask anybody that is making good progress in the gym what they're doing tomorrow, next week, what they're eating tomorrow morning, like they'll usually know these answers straight off the back. They'll not have to think like, oh, they're prepared. You know.
And I think as well, you asked me what like I was surprised at. I thought having a coach was going to be someone shouting at me and telling me I've done things wrong and like giving off to me that I'm not doing things correctly and oh, you shouldn't be eating that, or like, oh, but I like so many of the times, even in your own presence, I have been sipping on beer and eating desserts and looking at you, and you're like, that's fine, that's okay. 100%. You're not like that, and that's fantastic. And you're supportive and encouraging, and you're like, right, okay, that happened. On we go. Let's do better. So
100%.
It's not accusatory or
100.
I don't know.
No, I get that 100%. And that's just the type of coach that I am. Again, if you want something hardcore, it's like VICI's not where you're going to get it. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. It's just not how I coach. But again, it depends who's in front of me, because I know you are, like, again, so on the ball and you are so disciplined and you do everything so well. It's like, I always tell people, like, there's an 80-20 rule. Like, your body's going to represent what you do 80% of the time, not 20%. So if you're sitting down to a couple of drinks, or you're having a bit of crack, or you're having a bit of food, it's like, I know just by knowing you that, like, that's not her daily thing. Like, I do have other people where it's like, I would watch and be like, that's maybe the 5th day they've probably done this week. I would just know in my head that that's been happening, but for you, it's the opposite. And as you said there too, like, I think getting out of the perfectionism mindset is massive in powerlifting, and you've done that so well inside your first year. Like you said, you've went away to Paris, you've ticked all the boxes, you've been away on the other side of the country, you've been the other side of the country the next day, and it's like, it's never stopped you from
No.
working out. It's never stopped you from getting a session in. It's like you've just been like, you know what, things aren't perfect. I get this in, and that's all you need to progress. Like
you might not have the best gym equipment in the world in the middle of Rustler, but like
you know what that is.
in a hotel gym, they're awful.
Oh God.
But yeah, it can be done no matter where you are.
Yeah, 100%, big time. And I suppose, what's the best thing about powerlifting so far? Like, what's been the thing that you maybe enjoy the most, or something that's just been like, no, I like that, that's cool, or it's just one of those wee things? It could be powerlifting, could be the coaching, nutrition, anything. What stands out?
It's just a whole world I didn't know existed, like very, very short amount of time ago, and everyone that's in it is genuinely lovely. It's not like other competitive sports where like you're competitive against yourself. You're not competitive against really the other people around you, in a sense, like, because everyone's there with their own goals, their own like thoughts of what their lifts are going to turn out at. You're really competing against what you can lift in your own head, and that makes for a very like supportive and encouraging environment on comp day.
Yep.
The people are shouting for you to do better, like you're cheering people on in the background that you've maybe only met that day. And yeah, it's really, really nice and friendly environment. I didn't really think that it would be quite so welcoming.
Yeah, it's so different. Like the powerlifting gets a bad, maybe not nowadays as much, but definitely even 5 years ago, from the outside looking in, it was always kind of notoriously like just big heavy guys screaming, shouting, slapping each other, like, you know, full of steroids and just, you know, whatever it might be. And it couldn't be more further from the opposite. Like it couldn't be like, it's one of the most supportive rooms you'll ever step foot into. And again, that's why I get people to go to a comp, because then it's like, if you watch what happens at a comp and how everybody cheers you on, people you don't know, you can be competing against someone. They're
just shout on to them because you're like, go on, you can get it. Like you just want them to get it. So
100%.
And I think everyone wants everyone to get everything.
We do 100%. Even like, it's because I think everybody knows the work that goes into it too. And yeah, again, you do train maybe 3 to 6 months for specific competitions, like no, and then it is relative progress as well. So like I always say that's like relative progress comes first, absolute progress comes second. So like relative is just like you beating you. The absolute stuff is you winning and beating someone else. But like you beating you comes first, and that's the most important thing, and everybody will cheer you on. Like, so I would say that's probably one of my most important things as well. Our favorite things about sports is how supportive it is. Doesn't matter what. Like there is no entry point.
No.
To powerlifting, like people think you have to. Like, people saying like, I'm not going to compete until I'm strong enough. That's like, I'm not going to drive till I can drive. It's the same thing. I'm not going to get driving lessons until I can drive a car. It's like, no, you start.
I probably thought going into that rookie, like, okay, I know how to do a deadlift. I know my form for a deadlift. And now looking back at those videos, I'm like, what was I doing? Like, but you were telling me at the time, that's good. Like, you're doing it right. But actually, it's like in school when they tell you like one thing up until GCSE, and then you get to A level, and they're like, so we lied to you just to make it easier, but now you're ready to know the truth. So
I like that.
It is a bit like that. And you pick up on more minute things that now when you know it, you're like, oh, that makes such a difference. But you telling me that 1 month in about like, I don't know, the way I put my arms down to the deadlift is going to make a really big difference. I would have been like,
over your head. 100%.
Right over my head.
I think there's like what takes you to A doesn't take, or it takes you to B doesn't take you to C, doesn't take you to D. Like there's a, you know, I know just by looking at someone being like, in like 6 months we'll probably focus on this. Right now we'll focus on this.
You need spoon fed.
It's like one step at a time, and I know where you're going to go, because you can jump the gun too quick. So that's a big thing. And then that brings me on to, I suppose, now like the progress that you've made so far. Obviously we witnessed the potential in the gym when you randomly lifted 100 kilo multiple times. Effortless. Didn't even know what you were doing. You were just like, just picking it up.
My back hurt the next day.
I'm just moving this out of the way here in case anybody's got a triple on it. But in terms of the 3 lifts then, so like how has progress been so far since you started? What's been the good things? What's been the bad things? What's been the hardest things? What's your favorite lift? What's your lift that maybe you're struggling with the most, and why? Let's get into that a wee bit.
I think like in terms of what I naturally like went into a bit easier was squat. I was always like, I think squat was always my best lift opening up into powerlifting, and it stayed that for a really long time. And now I think like going into competitions, like there's just so much riding on a squat. Like it's the easiest one to not do well, and it's not because you can't lift it. It's because like you're not centered over your foot, or like you don't go deep enough, ever so slightly don't go deep enough, or it's just so many small things with squat that like, so it's both my best and worst lift because it's the one that stresses me out the most because it can go wrong so easily.
Yeah.
But I think my new favorite is bench because I don't know, it gelled in the last like 5-6 months. Like just felt like I had an ability to just lift more. I never lifted anything in a bench and thought, God, I don't think I could. I could do more than that.
Yeah.
Every time it was like, oh, I could do that. I could do more.
Yep.
So, and it still feels that way.
Yep.
So when it stops feeling that way, I probably won't.
It'll go back to squat being your favorite.
And then deadlift is just deadlift. It's just, I don't love it. I don't hate it. I would like to be better at it. It's probably the one that I think I have the most room for improvement.
Yeah.
And it will come with time.
Yeah. Shout out Aaron Grimley. But that's it. Like, I think in relation to, if you're built really well for the squat, it was so effortless. It's one of them movements where you don't have to think a lot about it. It's just down and up. Like you've been very strong on the squat. The bench is the most tactical lift of the three because there's so much to it. And I always find like a lot of people have the strength there. They just don't put themselves in a position to use it properly. So like the first, like you said, it's been the last 5 months maybe where it's just went boom.
Yeah, I don't know what I did.
Up until then, I think that's just when all our cues started to click. Yeah. So up until then, we were working on like your arch and your shoulders and your breathing and where you are on the bench and your leg drive. And there's just 5-6 moving pieces. So for the whole first 9 to 12 months, it can seem a bit overwhelming. And then that, because there's so much thinking involved, it can make you weaker. And then 1 month, it's just like, oh, all these keys are clicking now. Boom, that's when you got strong.
You can see it in the videos as well. Like you have got me taking videos in the gym. I video every single squat, bench, and deadlift I do in all my 3 sessions every week. And at the beginning, when you told me to do that, I was mortified. Yeah. I could not fathom that you wanted me to video myself in the gym. It was awful.
Yeah.
But now it's like I prop it on anything that can.
You can use it, that's it.
Like stopping when we were in the gym in Spain, I like learned how to ask people in the gym to video me. Yes. Like grab on me, and they were like, "Thanks."
Unreal.
And they're like, "Who's this white girl?"
Speaking. Unreal.
Yeah, the videoing really helps. You can see the progress from like back flat as a pancake on, and then eventually like, oh, I have an arch.
Yep.
How did I think that was okay at the beginning? So.
Yeah, videos are so important for 2 reasons. Obviously, like I said, the technical improvements and seeing if things are working. Obviously, like me programming every week without videos is like me putting a blindfold on, just trying to type random buttons, just doesn't work. So videos, again, that's another thing. It's just that's discipline. It's like getting your videos across. It's one of the common things that everyone that does well has in common is just like checking with the coach to send their videos. But I treat videos as like you'll always look back on them. It's your own wee personal log of just like self-improvement over time. It's just your videos. And even like you said there about being mortified, like I've literally recorded my first gym session back the other day in the warehouse, and Lana will tell you for weeks I was genuinely like, I don't want to get my phone out and record here. Like, and I've been doing it for 10 years. Like, so it really does, like, you're thinking everybody's looking at me, or it's going to be in the way of someone walking past who's in a bad mood. And
they can walk around it.
You know what I mean? But
I haven't bought a fucking, what do you call it?
Yet?
I haven't bought a tripod. I can't do that. Next thing I'll be like Aaron Grimley with his camp chair, camping out outside the bench. Like, I haven't progressed that far, but we'll get there.
We will, 100%. But that's it. Yeah, videos are so important. Like, and then coming up, then what's ahead of you? What's the goals now? Like, what's the next step?
So we have quite a long wait between now and my next comp. I think you'd said about December time. So this is the longest I've had, just training without a specific goal in mind, that isn't close.
Yep.
So yeah, building. I didn't tell you this, but I have put myself down as a volunteer for the IPF and IPF competition.
Right. Okay.
Spotting, loading, but I'm going to the Commonwealth. They're doing a training session.
Right.
In I think it's Reform or something, but they have asked for people who want to learn how to spot and load. So I'm going to go do that. Yeah. Because you got to volunteer
to get away.
Got to volunteer.
You have to, 100%.
So yeah, I'm going to be they're doing a couple of sessions. And yeah, they said if people want to learn how to spot and load, we can come along to them. So that's good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kirsty, who is going.
Kirsty. Oh, McCaffrey. Yes, Kirsty. Yes, of course.
But yeah, that's what I have imminently coming up. And yeah, just getting a better bench record.
I was about to say, like, what's the number one goal you're looking forward to hitting now? What's the next number in mind? Like, just the first thing.
For bench?
Yeah. What am I thinking? What do you think? Oh, that will be unbelievable. What do you think?
Well, like 90.
90. I think.
And then 100.
Yeah, 90 and then 100. Eimear only works in 10s.
I only work up in 5s.
5s and 10s. There's no 1.2 thousand in, so unfortunately she can't take them.
But yeah, that would be great. And just because my deadlift has been moving quite well recently, I would just love to see what I have on that.
Yeah.
You have me doing tempo knees for the foreseeable, so 100%. I feel like they will be good. But yeah, anything that gets me drug tested again.
It's always
fantastic.
Unreal. Yes. Want to get drug tested again. If not, I'm not doing good enough.
I love that you were like, it won't happen, but just be aware it could. First comp, drug tested.
Unreal. That's good signs. That is good signs. Yeah, so that's pretty much the whole lot. Like, that's everything I want to talk about today. It's been a good old chat. Like I said, there's loads of people that I talk to on Instagram and stuff that I have conversations with flat out about starting out and what can they expect and different things. I think this episode here has been really good. Like, people listen to this and just get a good insight as to like what it'll be like for my first year powerlifting. This is pretty much as close to what you're going to get right here. From Eimear, thank you for coming on.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Adios, guys.